Humor heightens our sense of survival and preserves our sanity. These are the words of Charlie Chaplin. Humor and humanity, the abiding elements of Chaplin's artistic conscience and his unparalleled talent as actor, writer, director, producer, composer, and to quote W.C. Fields, the greatest ballet dancer that ever lived. Chaplin made more people laugh than anyone in history, yet always, just beneath the hilarity, were the fears and sorrows of every man. He created an immortal character, the little tramp. 1,000 writers have woven allegories around him. Here's how Chaplin described him. A tramp, a gentleman, a poet, a dreamer, a lonely fellow, always hopeful of romance and adventure. He would have you believe he is a scientist, a musician, a duke, a polo player. However, he's not above robbing a baby of its candy. And of course, if the occasion warrants it, he will kick a lady in the rear. The world responded not only to the wondrous humor of the little tramp, but also to the love and indomitability he represents, to Chaplin's soaring theme that man's humanity to man is greater than his inhumanity. The inscription reads, to Charles Chaplin, for the incalculable effect he has had in making motion pictures the art form of this century. Chaplin has become more than a name. It is a word in the vocabulary of films. And anyone who has ever seen a movie is in his debt. A few years ago, Mr. Chaplin said, "My only enemy is time." We respectfully disagreed. For wherever and whenever there is communication, a screen and an audience, whether here on Earth and now, or in some unfathomable future on some faraway star, time is Charlie Chaplin's dearest and eternal friend.
So he muttered and stuttered and finally said, "I can't make a speech, but I'll do a dance." And a dance he did with the rose.
The tramp can't talk. The minute he talks, he's dead.
Mr. Chaplin here reaches millions who only have to see. And when they see a mockery being made of our immigration services, I'd call that a message.
I thought you hated the theater.
I do. I also hate the sight of blood, but it's in my veins.
Motion pictures are for the people. Most of the people work for a living and they don't make much money doing it. It gives them pleasure to see a fish woman in the upper classes give them a kick up the backside. Always has, and it always will. And if that can change things, so much the better.
Be careful, you overboard. Are you seasick?
I'm sorry. I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone the way of life to be free and beautiful. But we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
And words seem so futile, so feeble. I can only say that thank you for the honor of inviting me here. And you're wonderful, sweet people. Thank you.